great at talking to you. I'd much rather talk with you. So we kind of opened it up for questions early on this thing. And be happy, I'm sure Aaron's got everybody lined up for who's doing the one-on-ones afterwards. So if you guys want to start my questions, if you have some, my request would be if you would tell me your name first so I'll know who I'm speaking with, that would help me out. Yes, sir.
Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, who you with?
Tailgate Country in iHeartMedia in Portland.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. 5 shows in Portland, another record in terms of ticket sales and shows here at the Moda Center. What is it about Portland that is so fantastic in your mind?
Well, the greatest compliment I think you can give any city is name me any city on the tour yet or after this that we're going to try and get in and play without a Friday or a Saturday night. You have to get here, so you take whatever's available. I can't believe that people showed up. So the theme here is every night is Saturday night. That's what we're going to do. And so we've got a matinee here in a couple of hours. First thing I'm going to tell them, don't even think that it's Sunday afternoon at 3 or 4 o'clock. It's Saturday night, and let's get it loud. And hopefully that will start to change and goes through the week. But I have no doubt or anything about Portland. I have no doubt about us. We're coming in here on fumes. This band and crew has got its ass kicked. This is the 100th show in 16 cities. So as you can imagine, this is going to be a big time. This is our Super Bowl, so you'll know this weekend for us. We have our 2 millionth ticket here, and we have our 100th show here. So like I said, 16 cities in, we feel very fortunate to be where we're at. But the truth is, these guys are running light. So we're about 6 or 7 months into the tour, the American leg. Right now, it's scheduled to be 3 years, and then we'll talk about Europe and Australia after that. But so these guys it's a good time. They're thin, and they're just starting to get their feet underneath them, so everything's starting to kind of gel, and hopefully that will continue. Yes, sir.
Garth, I'm Russ with ABC affiliate here in Portland.
Hey, Russ.
It's been a long time since you've been here. What will your fans notice that's changed about you during this performance here at Portland?
I don't know, because here's the strange thing. An artist is a reflection of the music you make. Well, we haven't made music since the last time we were here. So if somebody came back here to see the same show they saw before, pretty much going to be the same set list. We'll play a little bit of the new record, but the truth is, I go and see the guys I love, and if they come and dump a whole new record on me, and they don't play their old stuff, like, how the hell did I pay to take them, you know? So we bring our old stuff, but we're very proud of all our old stuff, and we'll be going all the way back on the first record tonight and everything in between. So what I'm hoping is, they come to see why they came back. But I hope that if you're going, it's the best I've ever seen. The band and crew sounds better than they ever have. I'm not going to speak about the artists, but the band and crew sound fantastic, and just really proud of them. They've gotten better with age, a lot tighter, and it was cool. We used to have a night where we'd all focus on music or focus on entertainment, but we could never do both. These guys have been doing both since the opening night of this tour. Yes, sir.
Rob Phillips, Portland Review.
Hey, Rob.
I was curious that I've noticed, especially on social media, that there's people that are really taking off. I was wondering if you could just talk a little bit about how you went about picking the song that older guys recorded, and why you thought it was a good choice for the album.
Thank you. Have we met before?
Maybe you are.
Were you here? Yeah. I wouldn't remember that. Yes. If you know me, the last thing I'm going to do, let's take the People magazine cover. I was scared to death to do it because, you know, editors take things out of context and stuff, but the lady Julie that did the interview was fantastic. Read the story, everything was word for word, and then when I saw it on the stand, there it was. Out of quotes, no quotes, but the lady didn't say it. It says why I chose family over fame. I would never say that, okay? So I'm just one of those guys that just never going to ring my own bell because it always comes back to bite you in the butt, and it's not my place to say those things, right? So what I'm about to say to you will surprise anybody that knows me. Mom might be one of the greatest written songs in country music history. I didn't have anything to do with writing it. Great song. So its life at radio is very different than its life on its own. You'll see people tonight bringing the signs for Mom. And like you said, social media, it's just now starting to kind of get its legs underneath it. So I'm very, very proud of that song. It will set right up there with If Tomorrow Never Comes, Unanswered Prayers, The River for Garth. So I'm very, very proud of that song. And it kind of fits really well into your show. The reason why we wait for the signs to play is because I don't like to dump a whole bunch of new music on people that are coming here. But I'll be looking for the signs. They'll let me know if they want to hear. Yes, sir.
Jim Purdy from KXL. You mentioned getting your ass kicked recently.
Yes.
The amount of time that you've been out on tour. Does your time in Vegas, the time you spent in Vegas, does that help you with the amount of shows you're doing, the matinees and an extra show after that?
That's where it all kind of came from. If you know Steve Wynn, he's an extremely smart man. I can only speak on the time that me and him been together. Extremely fair man. We did everything on a handshake. But he was the guy that came up with 2 shows a night. He was the guy that also kind of said, "We really want to know the right ticket price for this tour," and we followed every word that he said. So nice man, and it did kind of get you geared up. But the truth is, the reason why we started doubling up is we got surprised by the number of people that wanted to come see us. We had a really good run in the 90s. I'm very proud of that run. So we thought, if we do half what we did in the 90s, we'd be lucky. And so far, we're sitting at about 120, 130% of what we did in the 90s, which surprised us. So we have to find these things, these openings. So like Denver has the Nuggets, they have the Avalanche, forget it. So they sell 9 shows there, we got 6 nights. Sacramento did the same thing to us. So when we ran through Denver at altitude and Sacramento, in 14 days, we did 15 shows. That's impossible for an old man, for sure, okay? But the guy that I worry about most when you say, what do you worry about on this tour, is the drummer. He's the guy that's 24/7, his moves. So true story, I'm screwing with him in Denver. I'm over him, trying to hit him in the head in the middle of ain't going down. And I look, the whole snare is blood. Floor tom's all blood. You look at it and you, why don't you wear gloves? And he just doesn't, he can't feel the sticks. He's never felt it. So, but there he is, man. And he just plays it. We've been together for 26 years. Good man, his name's Mike Palmer. Great dad, great friend. So he does everything to the extreme. And so he's the only guy I worry about. But if I'm gonna put my money on somebody, I'm put it on that guy. Yes, sir.
Matt with local EDC station.
Hey, Matt.
And you mentioned family right now, so how do you like traveling with your wife?
Oh, it's fantastic. The difference between touring in the 90s and touring now is for shooting. Anybody that comes up here, you talk to them about touring, they're going to tell you the same thing. They're going to tell you that the playing, you know what to do. The other 20 hours, you don't know what to do. But now, the other 20 hours is with your best friend, the love of your life. So it's as much fun as playing. So if you've never met her, she's more entertaining than cable TV. She's hilarious. She's a goofball. Everyone thinks she's so serious, but she's total nut. And it's a dream with her. Like I say, best friend, everything's good. And then the kids now, it's really cool because in the 90s, we didn't have cell phones. So Sandy and I were married in the 90s, and we were gone. And so there would be 5-6 days, Sandy would hear from me. So I wasn't a good husband. You'd have to find a payphone somewhere at 2 in the morning. And so then when they hand you that first child in 1992, you immediately start going, I'm going to have to get off the road to something. Because my mom and dad was at everything for me. And I wanted to be what my mom and dad was to me for my children. So a lot of guilt. This is the first time I've ever toured without guilt. Children are off doing their own thing all through them to college. You're with the love of your life. So I think that's probably what's made this the most fun. It's just you're doing it without feeling like something's pulling at you.
Jennifer from CBS.
I was Jennifer.
You took a big break from showbiz. What did you learn during that time that you can share with us?
I learned what I already knew, I guess. that being a dad, nothing less than compared to. So everyone talks about taking the time off. And I don't know how it's going to be hard for me to say this, but everybody kind of paints me in a good light to do that. If I would have walked away from something I loved more than what I was going to, then I would have been a guy. But if you're a parent, and I love music, music can't. I wear these Oakleys, these big kind of sports glasses, baseball glasses, and I wore them all my whole career as a dad on a soccer court because all I did was cry the whole time. Watch your kids play. They're healthy enough to play, thank God. And you're not missing it. So that's pretty cool. So that's what I learned is I'm a better musician than I am a dad, but I love being dad more than I love music, which I never thought I'd find anything I love more music. Yes, sir.
David Greenwald, Oregon.
Hey, Dave.
I'm curious if you have Portland plans this week besides playing music.
Yeah, it's the Super Bowl, so our band and crew hadn't been told yet, but we're going to do something every day. And so you're going to get tired of seeing us. We'll be all over the place. But it's going to be good. And not a better group of bunch to do it with, because sound guy was the very first crew member we ever hired. Lighting guy was the very first lighting guy we ever hired. Staging guy was the very first staging guy. Drummer, piano, first drummer. I mean, we've all been together for 100 years. So we need to get out and be together. That's what we do. So this is going to be fun. And with 50-some guys, we're going to contribute to the economy around here, which is fair because you guys did a great job for me getting me here. So it's going to be a good trade, but we're going to get out a lot. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Garth. Nicole DeCosta, Cape Town Radio and PDX in chat. I'm just curious if you have advice for country stars today, in today's industry.
You know what? I would have 8 years ago, before social media and before the stuff. But I got to tell you, if I came up today, I don't know how well I would do because it's a totally different world now. I came here and I thought I knew about music. I thought I knew about playing at honky tonks, and I thought I might know a little bit about writing. But you're going to Songwriter University, which is Nashville, Tennessee. So all those things kind of came together. But social media, wow. That's 24/7. There's no one that does it better than Taylor. I think she's fantastic at it. But Taylor's single, and this is her youth. So that's the thing. I guess if I do have one regret or one thing is I'm not doing enough social, no matter how much you do, to tell you the truth. But it's very sweet that you have people that want to talk to you, that want to know things. So my only regret is you can't get to all of them, but I could do a better job of trying probably by just spending more time doing it. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
National Portfolio with the NBC affiliate as well. I'm just curious what you think of the state of country music in general. What do you think of the music that's out there on the radio, and are there any artists you're listening to?
Yeah, country music, try to remember my definition of country music always has been the news and template to music. That's what country music is. So country music should change. It's got to change. If it doesn't, it becomes static. So my thing I always say is Haggard Jones were my heroes. But when Garth Brooks came out, they had to go, this guy's a funk, right? Because it's just new. So when the music changes, I see a lot of guys get really defensive about it. But the truth is it should change. You're in this thing as long as you can be, and the day is over, all the money that it made you can't buy you another day. You just enjoy it while you're here. If you want to be like somebody in the music business, Tony Bennett is your guy. Sweet man, good guy, happy for everybody, loves everybody, talented, put the spotlight on him. He's going to kick every young guy's ass, and he will. We were doing the last play at Shea with Billy Joel before they tore down Shea Stadium. So I, for some reason, missed, it's Friday, Saturday. I can't come on Friday, but I'm coming on Saturday. So I'm flying in the plane Saturday to get reading the New York Times where it says Billy Joel brought Tony Bennett out on stage to do New York City line. He said the crowd got louder than it ever was. He blew Billy off the stage, and the crowd never got that loud the rest of the night. So as soon as I get there, I find Billy. I'm going, man, what happened? I said, he said, the old man killed him. He said, he came out and just killed him. So I go down to the dressing room, and there's Ben. He said, well, make a chair, and I'm going to get sit right next to him. And I go, hey man, I heard, and I just repeated all that stuff. They never got right out all of a sudden. And I'm expecting Tony to go, no. Tony Bennett looks at me and he goes, "They shouldn't have invited me." It's awesome. That's who I want to be like right there. So I think with new music today, and the guys that I'm going to say do, my youngest daughter listens to a lot of Casey Musgrave. I'm a Jason Aldean fan kind of guy. There's a guy named Hunter Hayes that I swear to God, if he found an old ripped up aluminum can out there and a popsicle stick, he could put something together and play it. And that guy's creepily scary talented. And then there's the older new guys, Keith Urban for me, which I just love to death. And of course Blake, and I think Little Miranda's picking the right songs. She's kind of creating a career, which a lot of people today are singles based, but she's stacking together a catalog that I think is going to stand for quite some time. Yes, sir.
Robert Hammond, the Portland Mercury.
Hey, Ray.
With your digital service goes to, I was wondering what you thought of the recent announcement of titles arrival.
Well, it's anything that is for the fans and that takes care of the rival. The thing is, what I love about Ghost Tunes and what I love about anybody that wants to be the bridge between the creators and the listeners, take care of the creators, take care of the listeners. You can't be both. The problem that's in between both of them are the record labels. Because the record labels stay quiet with their very closed-in contracts that you can't break open and find out. I have a lot of friends at record label. I'm a head of a label that owns my masters, even though we're not a working label. The labels are the problem. And I see guys that I admire and love that are going free as death. We can't be free, but they're not doing anything to stop free. And I think that's bullshit, to tell you the truth. Because what I think you're trying to do is you're trying to be cool with everybody going free as, death. So songwriters go, yeah, but you're not doing anything to help those songwriters. So get off your ass, let's do it. I would like to challenge some big companies that's made a lot of money off these to kind of invest in some lobbyists to try and get these songwriters taken care of. So if we take care of the songwriters, the music will last forever. If we don't, I know all of us in this room go, this can't be possible. But we will see the death of music if we don't care of the people that create it. Yes, sir.
John with the Steve Ham Radio. Is that part of what man is, machine is? Part, title, because Nashville is a new machine.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I'm sure that Nashville is a part of it like everything else, but I think what Man Against Machine is more what the technology companies in the last 10 to 12 years have done with music. If you're a technology company and you're making money through music, then I would be grateful toward music. But a lot of technology companies think that they're doing you a favor by playing your music and giving it away for free. But what I've always found is the people that give music away for free ain't giving any of their shit away for free, So that always kills me. And I can't tell you, the greatest businesses in technology have come to me, and this is the basic pitch. We found a great way to give your stuff away to the most people possible. And you're going to go, am I hearing this? So are you going to give the device they're playing on away for free? Oh no. So the truth is, all entertainment needs content. Content should be king. Right now technology is, but there will come a time where content is king. And great content will come back and will kind of regain its leadership. It will. As soon as we're smart enough to figure out how to turn it off, right now we can't. Don Henley from the Eagles said it best. We can get all together to save an animal down in South America, something that's that is on the edge of extinction. But we cannot get together to save ourselves. But we're going to figure that out. Okay, yes, sir.
Michael Ruff from K2.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, so one thing with artists, it's one thing to write lyrics on a piece of paper and have a great voice, great lyrics. What I see with you is when you sing them, it's the emotion comes out. You put a lot of heart into it. When you sing Mom, you tear up afterwards. Do you think, your fan base, obviously you're great. Do you think they're going to draw more to you because when they hear the words, they know it's hard?
It's very sweet. I can only speak for me, but if you're coming to